Welcome. Found footage!
That's right, guys.
Yeah, boy!
We took the privilege of seeing The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Dude, he said privilege. Remember he said that.
So that you didn't have to.
Remember he said that. Privilege.
So that you didn't have to.
He loved it. Don't listen to him.
You didn't have to watch.
Let's do this, guys. Found footage. Amazing Spider-Man 2. It was amazing!
Really bad.
Come on, Mike. You said it was better than Spider-Man.
Let's just.
Oh, hey, beer. Yeah.
Okay, so we got an awesome beer for this to mirror The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
This is no one already.
We've got the worst beer that's ever been on the split.
It's called Taj Mahal Premium Lager, made in India. Okay, this is India's finest beer. This is like the Corona of India.
We're gonna drink this and start doing Bollywood. We're gonna do Bollywood Spider-Man.
Prost. That tastes about as good as I thought it would. Why? What is an aftertaste?
I don't know. I almost threw up.
Okay, Taj Mahal. Westcott. I got the Westcott market.
There's something going on right
wants
there.
To get some more. I think we might be dying from this. Slowly dying, just like we felt like during this movie. Okay, so what did you think of this?
I am the Rhino. I will smash you.
Rhino, I got you. I smash you.
I am punch your mouth.
Let's talk about
no spoiler. We're gonna do this with as little spoilers as
Let's
possible.
talk about what other people have said about this movie before we get into our.
I want to hear because I've read nothing down.
Okay. I believe that IGN gave it a 6.8 out of 10, and they said because the plot was not well directed, and there's too many villains. There was 3 real villains in the movie. But really, there was one. There's
one real villain. It was the script. It was whoever wrote the script. The script writer is probably the villain. Is the villain of this movie.
It was Andrew Garfield and Friends.
Yeah, he was actually the real villain. An Englishman playing my Spider-Man.
So I went into this though. I thought 3 villains would be too much to develop in a 2-hour. It was 2.5 hours, I believe. 2 hours and 27 minutes movie. And they said 3 villains. Okay, you kind of understood at least the lore of Green Goblin. Is that a spoiler? He's in the movie now. You've seen him in the trailer. So
no,
you've seen Rhino in the trailer.
He's in the poster.
And Rhino's been in the trailer, and Electro. They're the 3 villains: Electro, Rhino, and Green Goblin. So
I thought it was Willie Beeman, wasn't it?
Willie Beeman. It was Mr. Freeze / Willie Beeman.
Mr. Freeze, I tell you to freeze.
Hey yo, it's me, Freeze and Willie Beeman. So.
Poor man's Dr. Manhattan.
One villain was really well developed. The other 2 villains were like just kind of. One was kind of thrown on you.
Or tag in. It was like a tag me in.
And one was just thrown on you, and you're like, I don't want this guy, and the other, I don't care about him. And the other one was like, oh, this would have been really good if they would have given him more than 5 minutes of screen time to develop this. I was like,
you mean the Rhino?
No, I don't mean the Rhino. Because the Rhino...
I break you! I'm not Russian! You can't tell!
Not a great villain to deal with anyway. It's just, he's a very lesser mini-boss. He is a
mini-boss. That's correct. In the movie, he kind of was a mini-boss, honestly.
But I'm like, why are they trying to make him look... They're like, oh, yeah, they have like hints that he's going to be used farther in the lore, and I don't care. I don't give a crap about him.
I have no investment in that character.
Yeah, exactly. The suit looks stupid. I was like, I don't care about any of this.
The only thing I felt bad for it was Paul Giamatti. Like, how low are you, man?
He's like, I need money!
I need money! I can't be pig vomit anymore!
He's like, they couldn't get Richard Dreyfuss for this because he's too old, so they got me! No, I guess he had been really rallying to be the Rhino. Like, this is the part he wanted to play.
No, seriously, though, that wasn't a good idea. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I'm saying, he really wanted to play this part. I'm like, okay, we don't have anyone else to do this, so we'll
because the Rhino is a 12-foot tall guy in a mechanical suit, basically.
And the Rhino in the comic books is more, he has a suit, but it's not like a mechanical suit.
It's a suit that augments his ability.
It's kind of like the Juggernaut suit.
But yeah, basically, not the Juggernaut suit is different. But it basically makes you... Don't make me nerd out on you. But it basically makes you
into it.
It makes him like a cyborg, basically.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It augments his strength and speed.
Whereas the Juggernaut's is magical to the center of gem.
Not his intelligence, only strength and speed.
Yeah, exactly. He's just a big dude that can run through walls, basically, with the horn on his head.
Yeah, where in this one he's not a big dude.
Which I
He's
like.
Paul
I like the
Giamatti.
practical thing they did with that. That was cool.
Yeah, because it wouldn't have made sense if it was just a tight fitting.
Yeah, because in the comics they just put tights on him like, yeah, it's a powerful suit that makes him powerful.
He already has muscles, so he's got to be really strong, right?
Like, how does that protect him from impact, though?
Smashing through a brick wall.
He would still break his neck when he hit the wall.
And then when you think about it, they just choke you out.
Oh.
Go to sleep. So, okay.
Russian mobster.
I have to say, the first fight scene I really enjoyed. Spider-Man flying through the air, doing all that stuff. The first scene where he comes in, I really liked how they opened it. I was actually very hopeful.
I enjoyed all the fight scenes personally. And I'm going to put that out there right now. This is for the world to see. I enjoyed every one of the scenes, even though I knew... Because once you get past the point that it's all CG. It's not like Andrew Garfield's doing any stunts in this. No. He's not.
But there was a lot of cool setups, and the CG was very well done. I didn't have any problem with the CG, actually, that I can remember. Even with the Rhino's stupid-looking suit, it really wasn't that stupid-looking. It was...
I thought they did a great job, too, with Spider-Man. Like, Spider-Man in this movie was...
Oh, I agree.
He had a soul. He was much like he was very like the comic book Spider-Man, where he's quips, and he...
they had a lot of pieces that you could tell were cells in comics. And I was like, that's what I really wanted to see. Like, everybody was like, oh, well, that's stupid. This is from the comic already. No, this is what comic nerds, the real Spider-Man people want to see.
If you like the Spider-Man comic, you're going to love Spider-Man in this movie.
The action sequence.
You notice that we're not saying Andrew Garfield. We're saying Spider-Man.
Garfield and friends there.
We're not saying Andrew Garfield.
Garfield, no friends.
Spider-Man. You're gonna like Spider-Man in this movie a lot. I also thought Emma Stone did a great job as Gwen Stacy.
I love her so much.
Besides being gorgeous, she also she gave a soul to that character.
I think she did a really good job with it. And when some of their interactions were really good, they were heartfelt. They felt poignant at times. Sometimes it felt like, even though they're boyfriend and girlfriend in real life, it felt like they were not. They were like weird scenes.
Well, because you can tell she's a beard for that guy. Like there's no way he's straight. Come on. He's like, yeah, Mary Jane should be a guy.
No, we can't do that.
But it is what it is. But come on.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Oh, don't do this. My phone just froze.
Oh, what? Nothing.
There we
else.
go. Okay, so the plot was there's a lot of plot that was very comic booky, which is good in some ways, but it was bad in other ways. Here's the real crux of the problem with this movie, I think. And don't get me wrong, I said I love the action scenes. The 10 minutes of action that was in the 2.5 hours worth of stuff was awesome, but they tried to take a romantic drama and smash it into an action.
You put it perfect. You said like a action movie mixed with The Notebook.
Yeah,
it was just like
but
I love you, Gwen.
But, I can't be with you because great power comes from you. I can't say a line anymore. Okay,
and then there's a line where you can say this is character development, but then there's another line where you're like, this doesn't feel like it fits the tone of the movie.
Yeah.
So they're trying to smash these two things. It feels like two different writers wrote.
And really, the romance by itself was almost serviceable. It was almost like a serviceable romance movie,
which is a beautiful thing to say about romance. It's serviceable.
No, but I'm saying it was almost a decent romance movie.
It was passable.
It was almost a passable as a romance movie, but then they had to smash the action to it, which made it. I don't. Okay.
It felt disjointed.
And then you'd be like, action, and the people that came for action are like, what? I don't know what's going on here.
So here's the premise of this movie, okay, without spoiling anything. So Spider-Man is now established as a hero. He's basically,
this is years down the road, several years.
Yeah, not several years, but a couple years.
Several.
Because they're still talking about
but they were in high school before, now they're graduating college.
Captain Stacy, who...
Yeah, but they were in high school before, now they're graduating college.
That's true. So 4 years.
Yeah, it's 4 or 5 years.
But they're still talking about Captain Stacy, who, not really a spoiler, he dies in the first movie. He's a minor character, who cares? But he sees... Spider-Man, Peter Parker, is still haunted by this vision of him, of a very disapproving dad. He's just he appears in scenes and is like...
Hey, and when Dennis Leary's in these scenes, he doesn't Dennis
Leary,
angry.
aka Captain Paycheck,
just a fucking pointed all the time. He's like,
And it doesn't matter what the scene is, he just looks disappointed. You're
It's like Grizzly Adams did have a beard.
like the rhino's charging at him, and then Gwen Stacy's dad's just there looking at him like, what? Okay, why? Are
like
you
he's
here?
trying to get his business done, Dad. Get the fuck out of here, man.
What kind of psychosis is this? It's weird.
Yeah. So I mean, I get why they're doing it. It's like, come on, don't bring Gwen into this type stuff, which sort of moves the plot, but it doesn't make it like he just keeps
the
bringing
foreshadows. Which one spoil?
Dennis Leary, come on. At least I want to hear you sing the asshole song or something. Do something.
I'm an asshole.
I want to. I don't want to see you just stand there and go. Come on, man.
Yeah, and
you told me.
So the action we established is good. The romance not so good. It's just he's still not a good Peter Parker in my opinion. He's trying too hard at the American accent.
I feel like he's trying to be Shia LaBeouf. I don't know why. Why is he trying to be Shia LaBeouf?
He's trying to do like a New York accent of some sort, which is not working.
Yeah,
for him.
and he sounds like he's trying to be a poor man's Shia LaBeouf.
He's still got that like Asperger's, like
hey, okay, talking like this, and
I'm a big chucklehead. Like, okay, we got it, dude. You're a big chucklehead. But and like it also feels like he's a lot more serious as Peter Parker, which is actually one of the only positive thing I thought about that character that he did. But the rest was just like, you're still not Peter Parker. There
was one scene with him and Gwen, and I don't want to give it away because it's a main part of the plot, but that I thought was really, really good. The clock tower scene. Yeah. I thought like he actually had like a very genuine response to what happened there. But other scenes, I was just like, the hell? I don't know what he's doing. Like,
yeah, let's talk about someone else. Let's talk about Willie Beeman, Jamie Foxx.
He was the best thing about this movie.
He was the
by
best,
far.
And I thought the worst thing about this movie.
Oh, really? I want to hear what the worst thing is.
I thought he was. I really thought his character was the best developed, but I thought making him the poor man's Dr. Manhattan was a little much for me. Electro's kind of. He's not a B-roll villain. He's got a good villain arc, but I thought him being like, I'm super powerful, I can destroy everything. It's kind of like, oh, okay, it's kind of
the only thing I will disagree with you on most of this, only because. The only thing I think that happened was they took too short of a time to develop. Really, he needs 2 movies to develop this great character. His character was great.
I thought so too. I liked him playing, especially him playing.
Like he was already kind of like I'm this
nebbish
dude.
guy.
Yeah, he was like I'm overconfident about myself to myself. But then when he finally gets the world seeing him, he turns this like megalomaniac because he was always wanting the world to see him, and now they see him.
And also because he has the great power, but not the great responsibility.
Yeah, exactly. And I really liked that they did that with him.
Yeah, me too.
I liked the look of the character. I mean, there's not much they could do. They're not going to put him in the green thing. They can't do that.
I know, but
dumb.
I just felt like he looked like they're like, hey, Dr. Manhattan's he's a big cool.
The only thing
I
hated was like he made clothes somehow.
Yeah, that was another thing. That's actually where they lost me because
how did he make he had like shorts on at one point. I'm like, oh, he's got shorts, okay.
Yeah, I thought
he had like a whole bodysuit. I'm like, what the? How is he making this stuff? It's like made of electric or what? It's like frying something and it turns into the suit.
Well, even if they would have just put in line where like Harry Osborn's like, oh, I have this electric suit, put this thing on. And he's like, oh, okay, man.
I needed something.
Yeah, like an electric suit.
You know what that is? But I was like, well, he had shorts on. I was like, why do you have shorts on?
I'm very modest. I'm just wearing shorts.
Really beaming. I was like, what is going on here? I don't. But he acted it very well.
Should Norman Osborn have been played by Al Pacino?
You're doing
what you're fucking told.
Chris Cooper.
Bradley Cooper. Hey, it's I'm Dad. It's me, your dad.
Chris Cooper was barely in this, but he looked like a hot bag of garbage.
Well, I think he's supposed to go a little bit.
I think they told him physically to look like he was dying because he looked awful. I was like, wow,
yeah. He's old too. He's old. So
even in the scenes where he wasn't completely dying. I was like, God damn, he looks awful.
He's in his 70s. The man's in his 70s.
I know, but
let him be.
Jeez,
let him die.
He looked like a dirty bag of laundry, like most of the time. I hope you saw that going back.
I liked Dane DeHaan. I thought.
We gotta talk about this. Dane DeHaan. He played Harry Osborn.
Harry Osborn, correct. The son of Norman Osborn.
Not James Franco.
Dad is me. No,
he's a dick pig.
Are you 16? Come back to my hotel.
Oh no! She was 17. Okay.
I'll be 18 in 3 months. That's fine.
Still awkward. So, Dane DeHaan, how did you feel about this? About him playing Harry Osborn? First of all, was he in the first movie? I thought he was.
No.
I don't remember the first movie
not.
then. I guess I forgot. Because I thought for some reason he was in the first movie. I'm like, okay, he's saying like, oh, we like helped you get through your uncle's loss several years ago. And he made it sound like they were like 10 when they did it. I'm like, did he do that in the first movie? He died?
Although I liked the
or it was
bromance.
Parents. It was his parents. Okay.
I like the bromance they had going. I felt like he was shoehorned into the movie. I agree. Like, yeah, we were friends so long ago, man.
Yeah,
like
we
we're
were
best friends.
And now we had several years away from each other, but now we're still friends again. But now I'm crazy.
Besties! And you're like, what? No,
but now I'm insane.
Yeah, but besides that, I'm also having weird terminal disease of some sort. But
he had like some chlamydia on his neck or
that's like super herpes. He basically had super herpes.
Ugh.
He's like, super herpes, it's all over your body. Awesome.
James Franco's guy could get women. You cannot.
And it makes you crazy.
Oh. And they like his dad was like 70 and was like just dying from it. And he was like dying from it like right away. I was like, damn.
There's super herpes.
I was like, damn, yours is like accelerated or something.
But the thing was too, which they did establish is he said, "Oh, I've been doing stuff to myself for years and all this blah blah blah." You know,
it's and I didn't help you, asshole. Yeah. Like, thanks, Dad. You're a dick.
I think they should have had an appearance by Willem Dafoe, but it's
Spider-Man.
It's me, the Evergreen Goblin. I'm Hobgoblin, maybe. I don't know.
I'm the Hobgoblin.
We both do pretty great Willem Dafoe impressions.
You can tell us which was better in the comments.
I said depressions, which is kind of
depressions as well, because you've been drinking. But
yeah,
okay.
We got another podcast after. I mean, we don't. We do separate days.
Yeah, I'll take this off. Okay, so we said the Rhino. Why? I already did that one. Okay, so they have hinted at another movie, which has already been out, a Sinister Six.
And they showed in this movie, which we won't give away, they showed, because you can find it online anyway, but they showed, the other, all the stuff you need is in my lab.
What I'm going to give away is they had the Rhino as one of the Sinister Six. Why?
Because he's the fodder. You send him in first, and Spider-Man
Go in first, Rhino.
And then you put the smart guys down. Then, the Vulture comes in, and is like, I'm an old guy, and he's punching
in the face. And then Kraven the Hunter's like, I'm Kraven the Hunter.
Kraven the Hunter's the only good villain in his role.
We just said three of them.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oops. Whatever. But
you can see this online very, very, very easily.
It's not a spoiler. But I'm excited to see what they will do with that movie.
Is Spider-Man going to be in it? Does he need to be? I hope not, actually. I'd rather have him not be in the movie.
What? Is this going to be 6 villains, hanging out, though? Chilling?
No, doing a heist or something. Like a fucking heist movie.
They eating shawarma or something?
Like a heist movie. Like the Robin Ford Knox or something.
Eating shawarma or something? Or?
Yeah, they're eating shawarma at the end. By the way, they also had a preview for X-Men Days of Future Past at the end, which was interesting.
Because it was not made by the same people.
Yes.
Well,
why do they need
I wrote this. Okay, we never really finished talking about Electro. Let's finish talking about him. Right. I feel like he sold it for me. I really liked... I didn't mind the suit. A lot of people...
So you would blow Jamie Foxx, is what you're saying.
I blow Jamie Foxx before this. Let's be honest here. I blow him as Big Daddy Warbucks, which we saw the trailer for.
It's a hard life.
Why did that happen?
It's a hard life for us.
I'm not complaining. They should be, people, he's black. No, I'm complaining because this is remade. Why? Who cares?
Hey, Matt, the new kids don't know. They don't know about Little Orphan Annie. It's a story that needs to be told.
Why? Next, they're gonna have the remake of Anything Goes in theaters. Nobody cares.
It'll be an all Asian cast.
Who cares? And they miss Saigon with all
white
Latinos.
It's Miss Tijuana.
But yeah, that was made, and so was the Annie movie. But I thought he was.
They were not good enough trailers.
He turned into this megalomaniac, and I loved that happened.
I like that. I just didn't like the character.
The one thing I didn't appreciate was he kind of just learned his powers in 3 minutes. I was like, okay.
Oh, I can do anything. I control a whole power grid.
Holy shit.
No,
I can make clothes. I can take a power grid.
That was what made me feel like Dr. Manhattan. Because Dr. Manhattan didn't learn his powers. He just knew them because he was omniscient. This guy's just a dude still. Yeah. He's like, I built the power grid. Therefore, I can...
I hated that they kept poking you with I built the power grid. Hey, I built this thing. I made the things. I built the power grid. I did the thing. I'm like, stop. I'm getting poked in the head the whole time. Stop.
No, but they did a lot of that with exposition. They had a lot of exposition that was kind of shoehorned in there. Okay, I get it.
But he was still the most fleshed
Not
out
for
character,
comic
whereas the Harry Osborn Green Goblin, I was like, okay, he's here. He is now Spider-Man's worst enemy, which he is really his one of his arch nemesis in the comic books, and they're like, they just rushed him in, and then
well, the thing is Harry Osborn is not one of his arch nemesis. It's actually Norman Osborn.
That's correct.
Who is still around in the comics, even though he gets killed off like every 5
And then gets brought back somehow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I gave him some double.
Well, he's like the Joker. You know, the Joker gets killed like every 2 minutes.
No, actually, the Joker never gets killed. The Joker just gets arrested because Batman won't kill him.
And then he's like, "I'll put him in Arkham. This'll work."
Yeah, this worked the last 27 times I did it.
Arkham is the worst asylum of all time. Just like FYI.
No, or they send him to Blackwater.
Also the worst.
Deep cut, baby. Deep cut.
Deep cut.
Okay, I think we should give our reviews because this is...
No. I have 2 more things.
Okay, let's go.
Did Ant-Man and Peter almost kiss?
Yeah, there was some sexy time. There was some sex time going to
They're
happen.
like, I love you. They're like, they got all in each other's like personal space. I was like, it was like Frodo and Sam at the end of Lord of the Rings.
No.
Oh, okay.
Please don't.
What the hell?
I definitely felt like my balls jumped a little bit. Did like an uncomfortable jump. I was like, oh,
Like what?
What? Don't do this.
And then the last thing I wanted to mention was actually something we kind of talked about. I've seen, and we're not going to tell you. There's one death scene in this that is very I knew it was going to happen.
I like how they did it,
and I liked how they did it. I really, it was tragic. Like it's still like,
you're like, say Uncle Ben dies again.
It's
the first one.
He's like, but it's the guy from the rice box.
Yeah.
That's what.
Like, I just like made a rice. No, he does.
It's like, I got you, Spider-Man! Oh, it's Uncle Ben!
No more rice.
I hate your rice.
I don't know why it's me, Willem Dafoe, and not Dane.
I can't even make Dane DeHaan. I don't have a Dane DeHaan impression.
If someone has Dane DeHaan, post in the comments, okay?
Dan Buckley, post that in the comments. Thank you. So, okay, let's do our ratings. What do you got?
You want me to go first?
No, I'll go first. Because I want to hear yours last, because you're going to have good exposition, I think, for yours. I liked both of the movies separately a lot more than them together, because there was the drama and the action smashed.
Did you get a boner
into it,
like a rage boner? And
only
like
for
sexy
Emma Stone. I love her so much. Oh, she's beautiful.
She looks good as blonde. Yeah.
And she just has like a really good presence on the screen. She did, but together it made it very disjointed for me. It was hard to say like this is an awesome movie. This is a badass movie, if you will. I gave it a low like it. And I gave it a like it because I did like it. There's a lot of good, fun action scenes in it, and it was better than the first one, where the first one did not hit on any of the real notes.
That's not saying much.
And Andrew Garfield was terrible. He was still terrible in this one. He was a little bit better.
You can tell like someone got in there and was like,
you suck.
Just read this script and stop sucking.
And when he was Spider-Man, he was literally amazing. Like when he had the mask over his face, and it was probably an actor, but it worked it worked really good. Like it was like, okay,
those 80-yard lines were amazing.
But the stunt guy with him talking over it, whatever, it worked good. But when he had the mask off and it was just him going, I'm a young Woody Allen.
Hey.
I'm just Spider-Man. I didn't. It almost took me out of the movie sometimes.
I want to headbutt his face.
There's a lot of slow pieces that made it almost, you were like starving for action when it finally came. That was the hardest part for me. It was like a Hunger Man. That's maybe why I gave it a low like instead of like something lower, because I wanted the action so bad. I'm like, yes! And finally somebody's kicking butt and flying all over and doing Spider-Man stuff. And another slow-mo scene where he's falling off a building. But and the car battery thing. That's all I'm going to say about it. Oh, I was like, what? God damn it. But I still give it a low like it because I did enjoy the action scenes. I would probably not go back and watch it again, but I'm glad I did get to watch it once in the theaters.
That was a good explanation. I like that. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I'm not far off from where you are. Like a lot of those things you said are exactly how I feel about it. Mm-hmm. The only thing is that I'm going to preface my rating with, I fell asleep.
Aloha, bag of garbage.
I actually fell asleep twice during this movie. Like only for like a minute or so. But like I was just like,
I didn't know that. I wish I would have nudged you or something.
Those the slow scenes were so slow.
There's a lot of super slow.
And like it wasn't. It was just like let's just talk something out and let's do this like riff scene where we're like I'm trying to be Peter Parker but trying to be charismatic.
But you know I can't be with you, but I want to be with you so bad.
And it's like I
just want to kiss you, but I won't.
And like I wasn't tired. Like I some myself the excuse like I came this sleepy. Like when I saw King Kong, I fell asleep. I was just sleepy. It wasn't that it was bad, but I was just sleepy.
Yeah, King Kong was.
But this movie like I was just like cold, and I was like hey I missed a part of it. Because I was, and it wasn't probably like.
But you know what? Did you feel like you missed something?
No, that's what made it worse. Is I woke up and I feel like I missed nothing.
Like I'm glad I missed that part.
Yeah, like I slept through the slowest parts of the movie.
Now I'm a little bit more awake because I slept.
So I
didn't miss anything.
I actually wrestled between like it and
mediocre
and mediocre at best. Yes. But I have to give it a mediocre at best because I can't say that I like this movie. I liked. A lot of parts of the movie. I liked I liked Spider-Man. I liked Gwen Stacy. I liked Jamie Foxx.
Not Electro, but Jamie Foxx.
Yes, okay. Yes. I love Jamie Foxx. I thought Jamie Foxx was definitely the best.
Chewed up
he was engaging. He was engaging part of this movie.
Even as his nerd version and as like Electro, I think he chewed up scenery.
Definitely, he was amazing. And
if it wasn't for him, I think I would have been mediocre at best.
I would actually watch the Sinister Six movie just for Jamie Foxx. But mediocre at best is all I can give this movie because it's a summer movie and like you got to give it that, and that's why I was in like it for a while. Cause I'm like, it's a summer movie, but falling asleep during it.
And there's so many summer movies that are going to be better coming out, dude.
Yes.
We got X-Men, we got Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, we got some shit coming out, dude. It's gonna be awesome.
I'm excited for Guardians.
This summer is gonna be awesome, and we're gonna have a lot more found footage this summer.
Yeah, and by the way, this movie also had 50 trailers. Holy fucking shit!
And they were all like not great. There's nothing like.
Well, and there was like 8 trailers that weren't in 3D, and then like 5 that were, and we're like, oh, what?
The best trailer was the teaser piece at the end, which wasn't a trailer, but that was the best thing that happened. I was like, okay, and it had nothing to do with Spider-Man. Let's preface that it had nothing to do with that whole property at all. So I know exactly where you're coming from. I'm only giving it a low like it because. Like I said, the Spider-Man, I was marked for Spider-Man and I didn't fall asleep.
Although I'm going to give Stan Lee in this movie a must-see, because he should.
I'm here!
Hey, look, it's me,
I'm so excited to be here!
Spider-Man.
He's so excited.
Hey, I'm like 95 years old now.
How am I not dead?
Because I'm being kept alive by super serum.
Science!
Fing, fang, foom!
Stay classy.
Bye, people.